The first thing you'll go is open your browser and go to Microsoft365.com and come to this corner and select Teams. Now, there is an app for Teams on the Macs, but I like to just use it in the browser. Honestly, it works a little bit better. Now, it may open inside of a team, but what you'll see is on the left-hand side, you'll see these. You can click Teams, and these are all the teams you are part of. So you're going to go here to join or create a team. We are creating these teams for our PLCs, so you can click Professional Learning Community, and you can use that template. It'll be private. You're going to give it a name, create the team. When you create the team, you will be able to add members right away. If you forget a member or you want to add a member later, you'll be able to do that no problem. So don't worry if you don't get all the members in right away. So add your members. You should make all members owners. That way they're able to do everything in the team that you can, and you're not just, the only owner of this team. Once you've made this team, there is just a couple things to point out to you. Right here, these three dots are where you go to manage your team. So if you click that, it'll show your members. This is where you can add members or change members from members to owners. You also can change the settings of your teams. You can add a cute picture, whatever you want. But most of the time, you're going to be spending your time in your channels. Now, if you just want one channel, that's fine. That's all I have working with most of my teams. But you can add second channels for other things if you're interested in it. Each channel has its own posts, files, and notebook. In this case, the general folder has a PLC notebook. So if you go to notebook, it's actually going to sync with a OneNote notebook where you can keep your PLC information if you care. Once you see your PLC notebook, it is all laid out for you for all sorts of things. You can have PLC norms and roles, and I don't know that you're ever going to use any of this. So honestly, you can just make any sections or pages that you want to have in your notebook. This might be a good place to put your goals or what you worked on that day or keep a record. The Files tab is one of the most important tabs. This is where you're going to have your shared files. And you might say, well, we already have a folder with our shared files and we already use that. But what this does that's a little bit interesting is you can go to the Files tab, click these three dots, and from there you can sync these files with your MacBook. So it will sync your files, and that way on your MacBook, when you go to the Finder, you can see there's Moose General Files. So if there were any files in there, they would be in there. Now, where is this located? On the left-hand side, not in your OneDrive, but in the shared libraries, you can see there is the team that I just created. And anything that I have in my OneDrive files will be in there, and it will be syncing as long as you have OneDrive running right here up in your computer. Back to the team. Like I said, there is a spot for posts. You can add some other tabs. You might want to have a shared whiteboard. That would be a cool place where you could collect ideas if you weren't into an entire PLC notebook. Really, there's kind of endless options for the team, which I know that nobody really needs endless options. Now, let's imagine you already have a team, because that's what I had going on. So I already have Troy Chemistry, and that's through the whole Troy School District. You can see we have lots of files, and these files are synced in my computer. Here's the General tab, but I made another channel called Troy High PLC, and it has its own notebook, and I also included a Troy High Chem whiteboard. Now, we don't have any posts yet, but maybe someday we will. These files will stay within this channel, and then all my other files still exist in that general channel. So I can use my old team that I had as the district instead of making a new one. So that's pretty much it. There's a lot you can do. If you have any questions, please let me know. I can help you out.